Hello guys, welcome back once again in the course of Linux for Hackers. So we are learning Linux in order to do penetration testing or ethical hacking. Okay, so whenever you just deep dive in any of the material, you will observe that first of all you have to view the files. So in today's session, I'm going to tell you that how you can view the content of any of the file, how you can modify the files. So you can use the external editors, but I'm not going to cover the external editors or third party. I'm just telling you the inbuilt features of the Linux. So I will be telling you the cat command, head, more, tail, less. These commands I'm going to cover in this session. So just sit patiently. If you want to practice, open this Kali with me and keep practicing. If you don't want to practice as of now, you can watch it and practice later on. So let's start. And very first thing, I have to take any of the sample file. So let me show you the sample file, basically the text file I have taken. So let me show you there, fresh developer. So I have a drive as fresh developer. So inside there's two files, FortiGate backup config and FortiGate name something. So this is basically a configuration file of a FortiGate firewall. Sometimes it is required that you have a backup file, or the basically you can say the config file, and you want to modify the files. But if you want to modify it, very first thing is that you have to view the file, the content of the file, that what is exactly inside that, right? So very simple. You can use the cat. I think we have already gone through this cat command, and just type this FortiGate. Okay. So if I put the tab, it will just give this FortiGate till, because we have two files with the same name, FortiGate and the FortiGate. So if I put the tab here, it just simply stops here. So if I try B and then press tab, so Linux automatically comes to know that I am trying to fill or see the content of this FortiGate backup config file, not of this one. So this is like intelligence of this Linux. And if I press enter, you see that it traversed the complete file, and I'm not able to view any of the content of that one. So it's like very challenging how you can view the content slowly, right? You run the cat command and it just simply gone through very fast, and you not even saw the content what it was, right? You have, even if I scroll up, I cannot scroll up after that one. So this cat command is not very helpful. You have to use more command for that one, right? So if you have small contents, 5 or 6 lines, you can use the cat command. It will be helpful. But if you have like large file, so in that case, you have to use the command as more. So if I hit more and then FortiGate backup.config, you see the magic that it just gives you the content what was the fit on this window, and then it stopped and asking me to press enter. It means that the bottom, if you see it here, it's giving you more 0%. It means that 0% of the file or the content is only visible on this machine, in this window. So if I want to see more, I can press enter, the next line will come, and I can keep on entering, right? And this slowly I can view the complete file. But it's like very challenging. It's like large file. So if you want to view the slowly all the content line by line, you can use this command. But sometimes it's like you just want to go only the first section, like top 10 lines or top 20 lines. In that case, why to just traverse this more? So you can just cancel it using the Control C. You are back in the original prompt. Okay. So if you just want to view only the top 10 lines, so for that you can use command as head. You can use head and the file name as FortiGate backup.config. So if you enter this head command, it will give you 10 top 10 lines by default. So if you don't give anything, just give the command like this, head FortiGate backup.config, it will just take the first 10 lines of the file and just give it to you. But if you want to see the more like so as 20 or 50, so in that case, what you can do, you can just give the number of lines like this, head hyphen 20, and then the file name. So the benefit of this one is like you can view the content of like 20 lines from the top. You can say the head. If you want 100 lines, you can change it to 100. Nobody is stopping you, or even 1000. I did it. So let's make it 100 as of now. You can scroll at 100 lines. So this was the thing about the head, because you are only seeing the content from the top. What if you want at the bottom? So concept is same, but the command is tail. You can use the same thing, tail. If you don't give this hyphen 50 or 20, you will see only 10 lines from the bottom. But if you give like 50 and then FortiGate backup.config, you will see that 50 lines from the bottom of the file. You can see here the 50 lines is on my screen of the file. So it was about the content from the top to bottom, traversing line by line. But sometimes it's like really challenging when you want to find something, that if I have some specific keyword inside my file or not. It's like find in my Word or Excel, like you have work on the Excel or MS Word, you will see that you use the find command. Just you give that, okay, find that how many times. Let's suppose you want to find that how many times this city is inside this file. So you just give the control F, press, give that city name, and just hit enter. It just give you all the matching criteria. So same thing you can do on the Linux, but the command is grep, the magic of grep command. So grep means that it just only gives you the lines wherever this pattern will match. So you just have to do like cat, okay, and then the same FortiGate config. But after that one, you have to use grep command. So how, just watch carefully the syntax. You have to give the pipeline, okay, pipe, and then use this grep and whatever you want to search. So let's suppose I want to search static, that at show me the line where this keyword static is there. Okay, so I just do grep static. So wherever the static is there, just please press show before me. So I just hit enter now. So wherever the static keyword was there in that file, FortiGate backup.config, it just in front of me. All those lines are there. But it is really challenging, right? You don't know that on which line it was, and it was the first line, second line, third line. So you need some number line front of that one, that on which number it is. So if you want to see the number of that line, you can just same see the give the command same, the short form as number line, nl. Okay, so if you give like nl rather than cat here, if I'm giving cat, you can use this command as nl, and remaining the same as it is. So I'm going to just up arrow means that the previous command is back, and I will replace cat with nl. So if I do like this one, the backup like result is same, the same thing I'm seeing here now. But the difference is like I'm also seeing the numbers, that on which line number the content is there. Okay, so here you see that the config redistribute static without the number line, and this one was at line number 11,705. So it's like finding the files that on which line it is just really helpful. Next thing is like if you want to change any of the value. Suppose here everywhere is static, you want to change it to dynamic. How you will do it? So for that one, the we have like stream editor. Okay, so short form of that stream editor we have used as sed command. So just watch carefully the syntax. Sed, then you have to put s hyphen that what you want to replace. Okay, so I want to replace, I want to replace static. Now second after slash, by which you want to replace. Means that if static will be replaced, what new word will be coming in place. So let's suppose I want to replace static with dynamic, and after that one you have to give the G. Okay, on which file you want to change it. So now you have to give the file name. So file name is my the same standard one, FortiGate backup.config. Okay, so whenever you are replacing any of the thing, is not saving on the same file, rather than it is putting on the different file. So if it is saving on the different file, you have to give it the name. So now I need to give it the name. Let's suppose I this time I give it as FortiGate backup new, backup underscore new dot conf. Okay, so after that one, whenever my static will be replaced with the dynamic, that file will be saved with the name as this one, FortiGate backup underscore new. Is if I press enter, you see that my I'm just back on the like this command prompt. There's no error. No errors means that the command is accepted. So if I press ls, you see that new file has been created with the name of FortiGate backup underscore new. Okay, so you see that the static keyword should be there or not. Let's check it out. So I will just give the same command as nl FortiGate backup, but this time I will just give the underscore new. So line number will be the same. We'll see. So that's it says that no such file or oh something is missing. Okay, I think name I have given like this backup. Okay, so now if I press group nl FortiGate backup underscore new dot cnf grep static, I just tried to find out the keyword as an static. So I the returned is nothing. I did not find anything because all the static word was replaced with the dynamic. So if I do the same thing with the dynamic now, I will give the result dynamic. So you see on the same number line, wherever it is like 11,705, it was static. Now it is dynamic. So 11,705, it was static. And now in here on the new file, it is like dynamic. So all the static one has been replaced with the dynamic. You see, is the static could have been there. Now it has dynamic. Okay. It replaced once and it replaced twice. Static, dynamic. So related like static and dynamic. So now it has dynamic. So that's like how we replace the keyword. So if let's suppose you want to change the IP addresses or you want to make some changes, you can just to replace using the set command. So this is like how you can view the files in Linux. You can change the files whatever you want. You can see the number lines that on which number your content is, and I think that's sufficient as of now on this basic level. We will come back with more details in the upcoming sessions. And next session, I will be covering on the Linux networking. So that's basically like networking, that how networking is helpful in Linux and how it will be there. So if you are weak in the networking, it will be like good for you. Not I will not be like going as a CCNA. Okay, so not too detailed, but obviously like in responding to the network interfaces like if config, how you can modify the IP addresses of the interfaces, how you change the broadcast IP addresses. Those type of things will be I will be covering on the next session. So this is my website. You can view this content as self-learning and CCNA. So if you want to learn pure networking, you can go to the CCNA. There are a lot of free recorded sessions. You can watch them, or if you want to learn FortiGate firewall, checkpoint, or Palo Alto, you can view it here. But if you want to join our some of the live batches, but you can join it from here, watching the upcoming sessions. But keep in mind they are paid sessions, so nominal fee will be charged for that. All right, guys. So that's it in this session. See you soon in the next session with the networking one. Till that, Bye bye.